class. Welcome back to our creative writing class for the fall co-op. Now I'm super excited. Next week I'll be there with you in person, and I'm looking forward to that. For this week, we are going to work on some more writing skills, a writing exercise that's fun, and also get further into developing a short story. Now Miss Katie has some suckers that she brought for you guys today, so you can grab one of those, choose your favorite flavor. Hopefully there's enough for everyone to get one they like, and you can just suck on that as you listen, or you can take it home, whatever Miss Katie would rather you do. We are going to get started first with our fun writing exercise. So everyone get your notebooks out, get your pencil, and be ready to begin. I'm going to give you 3 minutes. Now last week we took a walk along the beach to work on our, who can remember the word that we used? Blank writing. Who remember what that word was? It sounds like describe. Good. Say it out loud. Good. Descriptive writing. We worked on descriptive writing, and we're going to do that again using the situation of walking through a hat store. Now, I don't see a lot of hat stores around, but I imagine if I went into a hat store, I'd be very excited. I love hats. So you're going to go into the hat store. You're going to walk along the aisle, and I want you to describe the different hats you see. Now, I want multiple types of hats. So there might be baseball caps, there might be funny hats, there might be classy hats, there might be scary hats, so it's up to you. I want you to take your pencil, and when I say go, begin to write. Now remember, don't let your pencil stop. So you write each detailed hat of what you see as you go through the hat store. And we're going to get that started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, great job, guys. I hope that you got some good description in there. I'll go ahead and read you mine, see if it sounds about the same length. I got about 3/4 of a page. I finished this last sentence after the toll rang, but still. Okay, here's what I wrote. I walked into the hat store. I didn't know it was a hat store when I walked in. I simply saw a large castle door and became curious. After I entered the store, I saw to my right a very large tower. On closer inspection, it was a hat with many floors and stairs along the outside. The next hat I came across was spooky. It had large red eyes in the center and a creepy goblin sitting on the top. The third hat was lovely. It was blue with lace and pink roses. So that's what I got for mine. Lovely hats, scary hats, crazy hats. So I hope that was fun. That's just something, these writing exercises are something you can do at home just to get your imagination flowing. It loosens your... Now, one thing to keep in mind as you talk about plots is that you need to know and understand your point of view. This is very important because you can have many points of views when you read or when you watch videos. You can have different points of view. How many of you have ever watched a roller coaster and it's POV, Top Thrill Dragster? That's a roller coaster we had up north. But POV stands for point of view, and that person will be on the roller coaster recording themselves as they're going along the ride. It's their point of view. Well, within a story, characters always have a point of view. There's always a point of view. How many of you have read Diary of a Wimpy Kid books? Have you read those? Those are called first person. That is his point of view. He starts off talking about how Raleigh did this and he went there, and he talks about his mom and dad, and it's all from his perspective. And that's what makes it funny a lot of times, is because he doesn't understand certain things because he's a kid. But certain books written that way are from the first person perspective. When we wrote our story about going to the beach, when I wrote about going to the store, that was in my point of view. That was first person. Okay, now there's also second person point of view. Second person isn't often used in novels. It's the you point of view. So if I'm giving you, for instance, directions or instructions in a class, I might say, you get out the flour, you take 6 eggs, you mix it up. I'm talking to you, okay? The reader. Third person point of view is most often used in novels. It's when you can put yourself in the point of view of other characters. They, them, he, she, her, Those are the pronouns we use for third person. If we were to rewrite our scenes that we just wrote using our characters from yesterday or last week, I have Willie the Whistle right here. So if we were to rewrite, we would talk about Willie going on a trip. It would be the point of view from the other person, okay? And most stories are written to tell a story about a certain character. So I could give you tons of illustrations of this. Most books that you read are written in third person, okay? So you're going to need to make sure you stay in the right point of view. It might be a little confusing if I were to write a story and I said, I went to the hat store, I saw a huge hat with a tower. She picked it up, she walked away, she looked at it, and put it in her bag. Okay, so I just switched points of view. What's going on? Everyone's confused, right? Because it started out being me going to the store, and all of a sudden this other random lady was my main character. So we have to make sure we don't do that in our writing, okay? It's very important. So our plot for this first short story, and I've heard of some of the characters you guys have created. I'm super excited. It sounds like a lot of fun. Our plot is going to have to do with outer space, Mars, another planet, okay? This is what came up when I typed in Mars, so you know, that's how it is. So we're going to take a trip to Mars. We can switch up characters later, we can switch up storylines later, but for this week, we're going to write a short story about a field trip that our character takes to Mars, okay? Let's think of some words that we would use in writing about Mars. We might use the word aliens. We might use space dust. We might use colors, orange, yellow, blue. We might say it was hot or cold. We might say there were holes in the planet when we were walking, or whatever the case may be. Whatever, because my whistle doesn't walk, so. So this would be, if you do not want to say, so I'll give you two choices actually. I'll give you two choices. If you don't want to take a field trip to Mars, you can say my day with the Martian. So this is either you are going to Mars and you are discovering things about Mars, some of the descriptive words we just used, or number two, a Martian. Maybe Willie meets a Martian, okay? So I might take my whistle and the Martian's trying to figure out how to use a whistle, right? Or something like that. So I'm gonna give you 10 minutes to work on this. You're going to, after your 10 minutes, share with your friends. So I'm gonna stick this up here. This is our plot for today. Mars. So go ahead and get started with this, and we will stop you in 10 minutes. Okay, guys, great job on your short stories. I'm going to read mine to you, and you may not have finished as much as I have. I didn't time myself. I just kept writing. So I'm going to go ahead and read mine. If you guys have time afterwards, you can go ahead and write some more, or you can share your short stories with one another. Like I said, I think it's a great idea when we bounce ideas off each other, and that's what makes our writing improve more and more, is when we help each other out. So I'm going to go ahead and read mine. This is about Willie and his trip to Mars. Okay? Let's just stick Willie up here. He loves to be with us, right? Willie wondered when the school bus would stop. He had been jiggling around in Coach Brannigan's pocket for the past 10 hours. He heard all of his favorite sports stories before the bus finished its flight to Mars. Willie didn't know what Mars was, but for some reason it sounded sticky. Once the bus stopped, Coach did his hefty jump off of the bottom step. After the next two, Willie fell from his pocket. He watched as the coach, Miss Phillips, and the 25 students walked away. Great, Willie thought. There was no wind in this place to blow his sound and get their attention. He lay there for an hour when suddenly the silence was broken. Willie shifted himself and saw a small alien skipping toward him and the bus. Oh no! The alien child had big eyes but a fun smile, and 2 arms and 2 legs like the other Earth children. Ooh, ooh, ah, 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 were the alien sounds that Willie heard as the Chalian, that's the word Willie made for child alien, lifted him off the ground and curiously eyeballed him. After a moment, the Chalian stuck Willie into his ear, his giant alien ear. Willie was covered in green, gooey alien earwax. Gross! The alien looked at him again. Then the alien put him in his mouth. Yuck! The alien didn't seem to like it either. He tossed Willie to the side and climbed on the bus. Oh no! Willie thought, as the Chalian tried on all the hats and honked the horn and tried all the children's lunches. The distant sound of the school children returning met his ear. The Chalian startled and fled the bus as quickly as his 2 long wobbly legs would allow. The children returned and Coach was eyeing the ground as he neared. Where in the world? His hands were on his hips as he searched the ground, until finally his eyes saw Willie. There you are, he smiled. He scooped up Willie and gave him a blow. The coach spit and wiped his mouth in disgust. What have you got all over you, Willie? He smudged the alien slime off with his sleeve. And Willie wished that he could congratulate the coach on being the first human to taste alien earwax. And also, he wondered what superpowers would probably follow. All right, so that was my fun adventure with Willie in Mars. I hope that you guys had fun writing yours. Like I said, if you have time, you can continue to write. If you are all done and you'd like to share your ideas with your friends, let Miss Katie know. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next week. I hope that you have a great rest of your day at Co-op. We'll see you soon.